Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Football Match Day 10 deadline stream. We are here, second legs before the round of 16. This week, we get to find out which teams progress to the round of 16, which players we're going to be able to choose in the round of 16. And it's going to be very interesting. A lot of team news already. AC Milan and Finals team news is out already. Both teams. Pulisic is playing. Felix is starting as well. Players like Jimenez are starting. And obviously, there's players who are going to miss out, like Hen from Atalanta, Gyökeres from Sporting. So there's a lot of team news already. And Ray, how are you, man? Ray says need to take out Hen, but which defender to bring, I have no clue. It depends on which team you want to go for, Ray. Which defenders do you currently have? If you want a direct replacement from Atalanta, then you just go with Zappacosta. That is one pick. But if you already have Zappacosta or someone else, let me know. But there's options, like Zappacosta is an option. If you want Gatti from Juventus, depending on how much money you have as well in the bank, both of them could be options. So my team is ready this week already. I have Mannion and Courtois starting, and on as the goalkeepers. Mannion starting first day, Courtois second day. Hopefully, I don't need him for the second day. And then at the back, I am going to go with 14 players because I'd already made my transfers. I had to take out Gyökeres and I had to take out. I had to bring in Olise as well. So Zappacosta, Theo Hernandez, Schlotterbeck, Hakimi, and Hen. That is my back five, but obviously I'm going to only have four there. And then midfield, I've doubled up on Bayern Munich, Olise and Musiala, and then doubled up on PSG. Last time Dembele pick worked. Bacola had an assist, but it was disallowed. And then Bellingham as well in midfield, and then double up on Real Madrid. Vinicius joins. I was gutted they didn't have either Vinicius or Haaland last time. That was a big mistake. Those players are highly owned. They should have gone for at least one of them. And Gyökeres did not deliver. Retegui did not deliver. Hopefully this time Retegui delivers and Harry Kane delivers more than one goal. That is the aim this week. Captaincy, I'm still trying to decide who I'm going to captain, whether it's going to be Olise or Kane. Ray says I have Zappacosta and I have Gatti. Wow, interesting. Do you also have Schlotterbeck, Ray? If you already have Schlotterbeck as well, I don't think too many teams will keep a clean sheet. Then if I was to double up for a differential, you can go for Vega from Juventus. Although they're away from home, I feel like, okay, if you don't have Schlotterbeck is the guy to pick, Ray. Hopefully that's play 60 minutes. I have him. They're going to play Sporting and they've already won the game. So I'm hoping that he plays at least 60 minutes and then gets subbed off. Double up on PSG defense or go for a Bayern one, go for a Bayern. Wait. PSG, Brest, and Bayern Munich, Celtic. I've predicted 3-1, 3-1 for those games. I'd go for Kim. There's a rumor that Pulisic isn't starting. No, he's starting. He's definitely starting. Chika is up front with Felix and Jimenez. Pulisic is starting as Red Dead says. So that is the pick I'd go for. Either Schlotterbeck, or if you want to double up on Juventus on differential, you can go for Vega. How are you? 3J, but I need someone to play today. You need someone to play today. Which fixture that today? Bayern. So then Kim is the only one I can think of, Ray, if it's today, because Atalanta, Club Brugge already have Zappacosta. Bayern Munich, Celtic. Maybe Kim, really. Maybe Kim. That's the only one I can think about. That's the only one I can think. How many of my defenders are playing today? Let me just confirm that. So today I have Zappacosta, Theo Hernandez, and Hen. So I think Feyenoord will score. Unless, would you be happy to go for a defender from AC Milan? Ray, if that's the case, then Theo Hernandez is the obvious pick if you want a defender from today. So Kim or Theo Hernandez, one of them from today, if you prefer. See, I just need to fill in. So you have Zappacosta, Gatti, and who are your other three defenders or other two defenders? For me, my team was already ready yesterday. I decided to just make the subs. I had to take out Gyökeres, and then today I had Gyökeres wouldn't have played anyway, so I was happy with that transfer. And then Vinicius is in. And then I think Vinicius will be very, very motivated for this one. And then I took out Akiluche, even though Monaco scored 7 goals the other day. I don't think it's going to be easier at Benfica. And Olise is also very highly owned. So the reason I dropped rank from 500 to 1,000 last game week is because I didn't have Haaland, Vinicius, and Olise, and many people had all 3 of them. So that was a bad mistake on my side. I'm not going to be doing that again. I usually go for at least, out of the top 5 owned players, at least have 3 or 4 of them, and then mix it up with your own players. Bakolo's disappointing. If I was using a wildcard or something like that, I might not have had players like Bakolo. Would you transfer out Foden for Olise, says Alexei? Yeah, I would. I can see Bayern Munich scoring 3 or 4. I can't see Real Madrid doing that. I can't see Man City doing that away at the Bernabeu. And should I take out Gyökeres for Guirassy? Gyökeres, definitely take him out. He's not going to play. For Guirassy, for me, I went for Vinicius. I'm assuming you already had Vinicius. Yeah, Guirassy is not a bad pick. If I was to pick a striker right now from the start, I'd go for Guirassy. Although we have to keep in mind that they're 3-0 up. So if they score another one, maybe you could see some early subs. How are you? Should I get Gyökeres replacement for -4? I don't like -4, but let me see. Your situation could be different, especially if you don't have the forward players that everyone has. Only one that won't play in my team. I've got 11.9 in the bank, so everyone is within the reach besides Gyökeres. I have Kane and Guirassy. So if you have Kane and Guirassy and you're looking for a different striker, the only one who can cover for you that -4, I feel, is like going to be Vinicius or Mbappe. But if you take a -4, I don't like taking hits at all. Since I played this game since 2017, I've taken like 2 hits in total. Never ever again. And that was like back in 2017, 2018. So basically the last 5-6 years I've played this game without taking a hit. I also don't take hits on FPL that much. So the only player who can cover for you that points, that -4, is probably Vinicius or Mbappe, and you're hoping that Vinicius gets a goal and an assist or 2 assists or something, so that you make a profit. You have a profit in terms of points. Yes. So only Vinicius is the only I can think of. If I was in your case, I'm leaning towards 60% bring in Vinicius for that -4, 40% just hope that the rest of your team does the job for you, the 14 players. But 11.9 is a lot of money to have in the bank because Vinicius is very highly owned. Let's see right now. Yeah, 24%. I probably would, I probably would make that transfer, that -4. Because if you already had Vinicius, if you had told me you had Kane and Vinicius, then I'd tell you, no, don't take the -4. But since you don't have Vinicius, I think you should go for him. Thinking of hiring to Kim, how are you? And Mwani to Pavlidis. So Pavlidis is a good pick always. He always scores for Benfica. Mwani is away from home. Yeah, I like those 2 subs. Kim at home against Celtic is going to play, and Pavlidis, you're hoping that he does get a goal against Monaco. So yeah, I do like those transfers. How are you, Rehan? Is Guerrero going to play? I saw the predicted lineup for Bayern. Did I see Guerrero? No, I don't think I saw Guerrero in the team. I don't remember saying. I saw some other guy at left back. I don't think I saw Guerrero in the team foot. I don't think I saw him. I saw Kim and Upamecano both going to start. And then the left back that I saw is a name that, let me just check, because I don't remember seeing Guerrero in the team, and my phone is so far away. Clear, you guys taught me about this. You clear fast. So Bayern. Let me see if I can find that name. Defender. Who was he? I don't think I saw Guerrero in that team. I don't recall any of these other names. There was like a predicted lineup yesterday. I don't think I saw Guerrero. But that was just a predicted lineup from those Bayern Munich accounts on X. So it wasn't like 100% accurate. But last week, they got it accurate. That the ones who said Kim wasn't going to play, and he didn't play. I'll take Guirassy, says Ray. Guirassy and Hernandez. Go for it, Ray. Just think that Guirassy won't get subbed even after a goal or early on. We are doing so bad in the league. Oh yeah, I saw you lost to Bochum the other day, 2-0. Well, when I saw it was 1-0 to Bochum. I think at halftime I thought, 2-0 at halftime. I thought Dortmund were definitely going to score in the second half. I was very surprised to see that there was no goal in the second half. So yeah, you could be right. Maybe they could just pull it all the way to the 70th minute. So can go for him. Young players of Arsenal are playing so well. Yep. Nwaneri and Lewis Kelly are saving us, man. They're absolutely saving us. We don't have any other players up front. So I'm even surprised we're still like closer to Liverpool. I thought maybe by now it would be 10 plus points behind them. But the La Liga title race is crazy. Mbappe, Vinicius, I choose Vinicius and Rene, but I think both of them are good. But because even if they get a penalty, Vinicius is the first penalty take, I'll just go for Vinicius. But I think it's not that big of a gap. If I could have 4 strikers, I'd have both of them. Pamecano scored 11 points. Crazy, man. Crazy. Ryan says Kane, Haaland, Vini, Mids, Musiala, Dembele, Foden. 2 free transfers. 2 free transfers. 0.1 in the bank. So Kane, Haaland, Vinicius, that striking is okay. Musiala, Dembele, Foden, Pulisic, Musa, Kimi, Mendes, Guerrero. I'd probably take out Guerrero. Okay, sorry. So you have Hein and Hein is injured. So you have to take out Hein first. You have 2 free transfers, so you can take out Guerrero and Hein. Is his name pronounced Hein or Hein or Hein or I don't know how to pronounce that name, but either way, I think I'll take out those 2 defenders, Hein and Guerrero, and probably bring in Zappacosta from Atalanta. And who else don't you have? Mendes, Hakimi, Kera, I think Benfica are going to score, but I would just keep Kera for now. So when are your defenders playing? Hakimi, Mendes tomorrow, both of them. Go. If you bring in Zappacosta today, then I just go for Kim. Then I'll take out Guerrero for Kim, Hein for Zappacosta or someone like a Gatti from Juventus, and that's what I would do. If that is enough, because you said you have 0.1 in the bank. I don't know if that one is enough. I was right about Guirassy did score. Yeah, I remembered your comment immediately. I saw him scoring twice. And I'm sure he will today as well. Is the only player in CL Fantasy to score goals or provide assists, so both in every week, in every game week. He's been great, and I think I've had him like once. And the time I had him, I don't think he had that many points. I've not had him since. Strikers are very hard to pick, and especially the round of 16, the next match day, 2 weeks from now, is going to be even harder, Shika, because now the other boys will be back now. The Lewandowskis will be back, the Leverkusen strikers, the Atletico strikers, the Griezmanns, the all the other teams that are through the next round, Inter Milan's, all those other strikers will be back, and it becomes very hard to pick, and midfielders as well. Salah will be there, and all those guys. La Liga title is anyone's. Yep. Saka is coming back. I don't think he's going to come back right now, though. His hamstring literally like pulled out of the bone, like it came out from the bone. So before he recover from that injury, he's probably going to be back. Saka is built different, usually different in terms of recovering from injuries. But I think maybe you're going to start seeing him on the bench in April, but it depends. If Liverpool are already like 11, 12 points ahead of us by then and we're out of the Champions League, there's no need. Just keep him fresh for next season. So it depends on how things go between now and then. Havertz is injured until next season as well. We are so unlucky with the injuries. Today I'm having chapati and mutton along with cauliflowers and potato for dinner. Interesting. I'm having rice and beef stew late. Today I'm having amazing. I'll have to visit you, man, one of these days. You're welcome, Ren. I don't know if the money is enough for you, Ren, in terms of those transfers. I think it should be. How much is? I think Guerrero is slightly more expensive. I don't think those defenders. I think Zappacosta is like 4.7. So not that expensive. So forward players next match day, it's going to be even tougher to pick. But I can't wait for the round of 16, man. So captaincy, it's difficult because I had Kane, but Kane picked up a knock, but they said he's going to start. But he picked up a knock the other day against Leverkusen. So I don't know if he's definitely going to play 90 minutes, or that knock will affect him again. Musiala has been disappointing the last 2 match days. So at the moment, I have Olise as a captain. And this is something that I hadn't planned. I said in the team selection video, you can see all my players are playing at home this week. That is crazy. I don't know if any of you are in that situation as well. All of them are playing at home, and that is I did not plan that at all. I just checked my team this week and I was like, oh wow, all of my players are playing at home. And I took out Akiluchi for Olise. That was a plan to do, and Gyökeres had to come out for Vinicius. So all 15 of my players are playing at home, minus Hein obviously is injured. So yeah, every player of mine this week, hopefully they do deliver. Hopefully it's not 15 players at home and then I end up with like 60 points or something. What are your predictions? We will do that right now. Do you think PSG will rest players? No, I think they're just going to go for it in the first 50, 60 minutes, get a goal or two, and then start them out. I think Dembele didn't start on the weekend, so I think it definitely starts this week. My predictions, Ray, I'm going to go for AC Milan to beat Feyenoord 2-1, so that will make it 2-2 on aggregate. I tip Feyenoord to win, maybe on penalties or something. Atalanta to win 3-1, that will make it 4-3 on aggregate, so Atalanta to go through there. Bayern Munich to beat Celtic 3-1, that will make it 5-2 on aggregate, so Bayern Munich to easily go through there. Benfica Monaco was a tough one, but I've gone for Benfica to win 2-1, that will make it 3-1. Is it 3-1? 3-1 or 3-2 on aggregate? Was it one? Wait. No, I think Benfica, basically Benfica will go through 3-1 or 3-2 on aggregate. I've forgotten the first leg. Dortmund will be a 2-2 draw, but Dortmund will go through 5-2 on aggregate. And that prediction, I made that prediction yesterday before I realized Gyökeres is not going to be there. So maybe Dortmund win that 2-1 and 5-1 on aggregate. So because Gyökeres is not playing and Trincao is not playing. Actually, I'm just going to change it because I made that prediction before that team news. Without Gyökeres and Trincao, I don't know, unless Dortmund. Actually, I'm going to keep it the same because maybe Dortmund will take the foot off the pedal a little bit, although Chicas say they are not doing well in the league. But when you're like 4 or 5 goals up, so I'm just going to stick with the 2-2. PSG to win 3-1, that will make it 6-1 on aggregate. Real Madrid to win 3-2, that will make it 6-4 on aggregate. And then PSV, Juventus 1-1, Juventus to go through 3-2 on aggregate. So there's games there that are already pretty much done. Like Dortmund is already done. PSG is already done. And some would argue Real Madrid is kind of done, but you never know with that one. Bayern Munich, some would argue it's kind of done, but you never know with that one. But yeah, I do expect Bayern Munich to definitely go through. And then Real Madrid 70% to go through. Atalanta, I also expect Atalanta to go through. The ones that I'm not sure who will go through is Milan Feyenoord, Benfica Monaco, and maybe PSV Juventus. Those ones are a bit tight to know which ones are going to go through. But the rest, I think like 3-4 teams already through. They won 1-0. Okay, so I was right. So 3-1 on aggregate. So yeah, I kind of thought, I felt like Monaco scored, but they didn't actually. Majana says, I'm back. Nice seeing you. I remember you're from Niger. I remember talking last week with you. Benfica 1-1. Man City is coming back. That will be impressive if they come back from 3-2 down away from home, because Man City's defense is horrible. They give away so many chances. Happy UCL fantasy to you too. Chika says problem with Bayern and PSG is their depth. You may have 2-3 players from each, yet someone else will score. Kane is always in my team most of the times, but midfield, they always seem to pick the wrong one. As you've said, sometimes I have Sane and then Olise scores. Sometimes I have Olise and then Musiala scores too. And that has been, I think, if I was to scroll through my team, actually, let me just confirm. Can I right now? No, I'm in the transfer tab, but I'll check later. I think there's a time I chose Sane, didn't do anything. And there's a time I picked Olise earlier this one, he didn't do anything. And then the others did something. That's the annoying part. Any news on Kim? I think is going to start. Last week I had Dembele, Bakola, Kim, and then Vitinha scored first goal. I thought he was not going to take the penalty. It was so annoying seeing him step up for that penalty. And then it was a Dembele shot that was going in and it was blocked by the hand. So it could have been a Dembele goal as well. And Bakola had an assist, and then that was disallowed for offside. It was annoying. City have 1% chance, but you only need that 1%. But yeah, you never know. As long as it's just one goal, that's why I'm giving those teams chances. The ones for 2-3 goals like PSG and Dortmund, those ones are over. But the ones for Benfica, Monaco, only 1-0, you never know. Although you give Benfica the edge because they're at home. Same with Bayern, same with Real Madrid, same with Atalanta. Probably same with AC Milan as well. But out of those games, I think there's going to be a surprise somewhere. Maybe PSV eliminating Juventus or Feyenoord eliminating AC Milan. Now, for me, for my team, we are going to face either Milan, Feyenoord, Juventus, PSV. So I'd rather face the Dutch teams than playing those others. Although Liverpool trashed AC Milan earlier this season easily. Sporting is not over now. That one is way over a long time. Long time. Sporting are not coming back in that game, especially without Gyökeres and those other guys. It's even if Gyökeres was there, they've not been playing well. And I've heard that Sporting, since Benfica are very close to them in the league, they want to win the league, so they're happy to throw away the Champions League already. So I don't think they're going to go through in that one. Mamouche did give us a shocker. Yeah, Mamouche is very, very good. I don't know why other teams didn't try to sign him. He's very, very good. And if he clicks with Haaland, then that will become a problem for next season. Juventus are a bozo team, says Rehan. You never know, though. Sometimes, okay, maybe it's not the only Juventus that I'm usually, worried about. The Juventus that used to have Allegri and they used to defend 1-0. Although this season, have they lost one game in the season, and they had not lost the whole of the year or something. They're just drawing. There's a time you couldn't score a goal against them. When they had Allegri, you could not score a goal against them. They used to win 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 every single week. Maybe that's the Juventus I'm thinking about. Maybe it's not this Juventus with Vlahovic and these other guys and McKennie and those guys. Maybe that Juventus is beatable. Red Dead says team is Chubin, Gregorio, Kim, Hakimi, Zapacosta, Musiala, Bellingham, subs, Bakola, Mendes, and Gatti. There's one sub there missing, I think. But Vinicius, Pavlidis, Kane up front, that looks okay. Pulisic, Dembele, Bellingham, Musiala, that looks okay. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that team. Bakola, Mendes, do you have any other transfers? No, I think you've already made your transfers, I guess. The other two players you mentioned, Dali, Hen, and those other guys. So, yeah, I'm happy with that team. That team looks good. If I had a wild card today or a limitless chip, I wouldn't play it. That should be played in the earlier stages. Or if you still have those chips, just wait for later. If I was making a team right now from scratch, I'd probably have Olise in the team. When you play at Bernabeu against Real, you play against 11 players, couple referees, Papa Perez, annoying home fans, UCL officials, and black magic. Wow, Ray, Chica has a lot to say about your team. It ain't easy, man, but they also have this Champions League factor as well. You could be 3-0 up against them with 5 minutes to go. That's where the black magic comes from, I think, Chica goes. Even with 5 minutes left, I saw what they did to Man City 3 seasons ago when Benzema scored all those goals. It's crazy. You never know. They could easily come back from that. We played Real Madrid in 2006 and we beat them 1-0 at their place. By that time, we had Thierry Henry. We've never played Real Madrid again since then. I have a feeling this season we might play you guys, Ray. I have this feeling that quarterfinal could be us against you, but let's see. Scared Otamendi could Benfica keep a clean sheet. I think Monaco will score. They scored 7 goals the other day against Nantes. Maybe a 1-1 draw, Benfica 2-1 win. But again, the good thing with Champions League, it's not just about the clean sheet only, because if you see my predictions, I don't think I've predicted any clean sheet there. I don't think I've gone for any clean sheet. Nope, no clean sheet there. So yeah, I've gone for no clean sheet. If I was to pick one team that will keep a clean sheet, I'd say PSG. All the others I'd expect teams to score. So you're hoping Otamendi gets like recovery points and maybe an assist or something. Like my team here, Zapacosta is here because he can pick up an assist. Theo Hernandez is here because he can pick up an assist or a goal. Schlotterbeck is here because he's very good in terms of ball recoveries. And Hakimi is here because he's basically like a winger and he can get goal or assist anytime. It's not like FPL where you have to... How many ball recoveries does Schlotterbeck have? 53. That's a lot. 15 extra points for ball recoveries, which is great. I also played the championship, the English championship FPL, and they also give points for clearances and blocks and tackles. So your defender might concede 5 goals, but your defender still picks up 14 points because he had 10 clearances and 4 blocks and all that. Pulisic is starting. So my rumor on that was false. Now I saw people saying that earlier as well. I just wait for the other people who have like team news early. I'm still being petty about Dortmund losing CL final. Oh yeah, you guys played last season. I thought you would buy. I think you didn't have money. I thought you'd buy Maatsen or Sancho full time. Benfica has kept 2 clean sheets back to back. Yeah, including that one away to Monaco. But they were a bit lucky. There was chances for Akiluchi on that day, and they were missing some chances there, here and there. So, but yeah, Benfica is still a good tip for a clean sheet because they're playing at home. We lose CL as well. I mean, maybe this is not a good season for Real Madrid and Man City, but one of them is going to go out tomorrow. Don't worry. Rare chance for Benfica to keep a clean sheet. Fiorentina is also injured, as I had. Or maybe even just concede 1 goal. Even if your player concedes just 1 goal, at least it's not a -1. FPL should do that. Or for clearances and blocks and tackles, it's crazy. Sometimes I check the result and I'm like, it's 3-3, but the defender has 15 points. And they give a lot of points for that. Even shots on target, they give points for shots on target as well. But they don't give points for clearances and blocks if it's a striker. They only give it for defenders. And for midfielders, I think they give it for key passes, so chances created. It's like the one for, was it the World Cup or the Euros? There's one that was giving points for that. Yeah, he's injured, but I'd already made my transfers. So even if I hadn't made my transfers, I just keep paying because I wanted to bring in Vinicius for Gyökeres. I made a bad mistake not having Vinicius last week, or Haaland, one of them, and then Olise is playing at home to Celtic. I had to protect rank this week because if I don't have one of them again, I'm going to drop again in rank because if Vinicius goes and scores 2 goals, trouble. That way CDM have a chance. Yeah, you're right. Players like I said, and those guys will pick up a lot of points in terms of tackles and all that. Yeah, I think it's very, very boring pick. No one ever picks defensive midfielders in FPL. Unless you're someone like, unless you're playing for Arsenal, because our defensive midfielders, Merino is now our striker, and Rice is our set piece taker as well. So, and Partey scores sometimes. But yeah, defensive midfielders don't really get any points in FPL. Time to eat, no problem. Thank you, Ray. How far are we from the deadline? Around 30 minutes. 30 minutes away from the deadline. Yeah, I think this week is slightly easier for people to pick up to pick their teams because it's only 2 transfers. But 2 weeks from now, the round of 16 is going to be more chaos. There's going to be more questions flooding in. Who should we pick between this and that one? It's going to be more headaches next week because when everyone is available, let's just check. When everyone is available, we will have players. No, not Kane. Let's remove this. Clear. Select all. So yeah, players like Lewandowski will be back next time. Grimaldo, Vat, Salah, Rafinha. It's going to be more headaches in terms of picking the players. Alvarez will be there next time. Van Dijk will be back for defenders. Kolasinac will be fully fit by then. Lookman will be fully fit by then. Frimpong will be back next time. So it's going to be harder to pick your team next time. Depending on the draws as well. It depends which team these teams are going to be facing. I think Liverpool and Barcelona, they're going to end up facing either PSG or someone. So one of Liverpool or Barcelona are going to get PSG next round. I feel like I have to take a hit without Vini and Olise, Rodrigo, and Musiala. You have to take a hit. It depends on the rest of your strikers. If you don't have Vinicius and you don't have Bellingham in midfield and don't have Haaland up front, then that's a bit of a worry. But if you already had Kane and Vinicius and then you didn't have Olise, I wouldn't take a hit. Will Kane and Haaland both start? Haaland definitely can. Yeah, they've already said he's going to start. So yeah, there's no way Haaland. Oh, but I know what you mean. Haaland went off with an injury last game, so there hasn't been any news on that. But I think he will start. But unless the injury is serious somehow, I don't think so. It would be easy picks because of the free transfers. Yeah, but the more transfers you have, when you play your limitless and your wildcard, the more transfers you have, the more headaches you have because you start to think, okay, should I go for Griezmann or Alvarez? Should I go for this one or that one? Yep, Haaland went out injured, but they haven't said anything since. Johnny, how are you, man? So Haaland went out injured, but they haven't said anything. I think they have to push him to play. If Haaland doesn't play, they're out. They don't really have anyone else there. And Rudiger is back, I had. So that's even tougher for Man City. So many predicted lineups have Guerrero starting. Let me get my phone and check that for you, Ryan, if there's any more predicted lineups coming up. Let's see if there's any more predicted lineups. Let's check. Haaland is okay. He was training. Will Guirassy play? Yes. According to the Dortmund fans, their league campaign is basically over, so they'll just play Guirassy. I was thinking because they were 3-0 up, I was thinking if they score one goal, it could be subbed off earlier. But the Dortmund fans are saying he will play. He will play 60, 70 minutes. So, yeah. Foden depends on the rest of your midfield. For me, I think there's other options like Olise and those other guys and Dembele. Although there's a crack of a goal he scored at Bernabeu last season or 2 seasons ago. I wouldn't pick him. No. Harry Kane is available for tonight's game. He had a jaw pain after the collision on Saturday and was rested yesterday in training. So Harry Kane is going to play. Let me check if there's any team news on Bayern Munich Real. So Trinka and Gyökeres are out of this match day. Bayern Munich. There's somewhere I saw a predicted lineup. When you scroll through Twitter, you always find all these team news, but when you're looking for it, you never find it. The Catalari captain today, not a bad pick for the first day. Yeah, I wish I could have him in my team as well, but yeah, I didn't have enough transfers to get that one done. Where did I see the Bayern Munich team news? What would be the best captain for day 2, assuming you go for Kane and that doesn't work? I'm going to go for Vinicius if that doesn't work. Dembele is a good one because he also, I think, didn't start over the weekend. Okay, so Dembele and then Vinicius in that order. The only worry about Dembele is if they get 2 goals or something and then he's subbed off early. I usually want my captain to play 70, 80 minutes. And I think Vinicius will play 90. I have a feeling Dembele will play 60 or 70. So one of those two. Bayern Munich. Lucas Vazquez is out. So yeah, I've gotten it, Rehan. So the Bayern Munich team news is not team news, like predicted lineup from the biggest Bayern Munich fan page on Twitter. They have Kane, Sane, and Olise up front. Then Musiala, Kimmich, and Goretzka in midfield. And then at the back, they have Upamecano and Kim, Lema at right back, and then Ito at left back. So according to that, they have Guerrero on the bench. and then Neuer starting in goal. So Ito is this guy here. I think it's very cheap. Let's do this. Clear, Bayern Munich. But someone like it is too much of a differential unless your team is looking so good and you want one differential there. So Lame is a midfielder who's going to play as a right back, which I don't like at all. And then with Ito. So Ito is a 4 million defender for Bayern Munich, and they're predicting he's going to start. So if you're short of cash and you need a defender, Ito is 4 million. Is Kera an option to bank on? I wouldn't bank on him, but if you have him, just keep him. I think Benfica are going to score, but if you already have him, just keep him. Latif says rank 860, Haaland to Vinicius. Ooh, Haaland to Vinicius. Now, if you're 860 in the world, it depends on what your approach is, Latif. Do you want to just protect the rank, or do you want to? Are you happy to be 860 still at the end of the week? Are you okay even if you drop down to 2,000, or do you want to climb up? It depends on which kind of a manager you are. If how many people have Haaland right now? Man City. If you're protecting rank, then you just go for the one who's highly owned. I think both of them will still score. But Haaland is also, he was in training, so unless he picks up the same knock, he's an injury doubt, but let's see. 36% of people have Haaland. Vinicius, I think 20-something percent. So if you want to like climb rank, then you just go to Vinicius. You remove Haaland to Vinicius and then hope that Vinicius delivers more than Haaland. But if you're just happy to stay where you are, then you just keep Haaland in your team and then hope they do the same thing. But if you don't want to go down, definitely have at least one of them. Is there any? There's no other player you can take out for Vinicius in the team and keep Haaland. Sam Hine, of course, is injured. He's out for 3 weeks. So even if they go through, he's not going to be there for the round of 16, although we have another wildcard coming up. Upamecano is tempting. Interesting. Yeah, if you want Upamecano, Kim, looks like both of them are going to start, so you can go for either of them if you prefer. For me, I have no Bayern Munich defenders. I have 3 attackers from Bayern. So I'm hoping there's more go. I'm hoping for a 4-1 Bayern Munich. That's what I'm hoping for. How much is Upamecano? 5 million. It's selected by 5%. So Kim is 16% owned. Upamecano is 5% owned. Ajana. So again, depends on which kind of a manager you are. Are you aggressive? You want to go for a differential and go for it? Or do you want to just, have Kim? I sold him. I sold Haaland and he scored 2 goals. I've not had Haaland since the league phase. So yeah, selling him here must have been painful. I remember there's a time people sold Gyökeres before he scored a hat-trick against Man City. I was so close to doing that week as well. But I think someone got injured. Was it Saka or someone got injured and I had to take them out that week? Upamecano on goal incoming. I would love that, Ryan. I would love that. I've not had Upamecano in my team for a long time, although he played well last time. I think he had, where is he? He had 11 points last time. He had an assist, 11 ball recoveries, player of the match. That is really good. He hasn't been bad this season in terms of returns. Let's see. He had 8 points against Benfica. He had 8 against PSG. And then 11 against Celtic. Not that bad, but he's not amongst the top defender. But ball recoveries, though, he's very good in terms of ball recoveries. Ball recovery is very good for sure. If that is what you're looking for. Clean sheets, I don't expect too many clean sheets. So there's that. We are getting closer to the deadline. 20 minutes to go. If you're interested in the Celtic predicted lineup, they have Kuhn starting at right wing. Players like Maeda starting, Ida starting, Schmeichel in goal. I don't think too many people have Celtic players, though. Let me see if there's any other predicted lineup. Lookman and Kolasinac are back, but they're expected to be subs. So next time, if Atalanta go through, Lookman is an option for round of 16. The draw will tell. So the draw will be this Friday, I think. So we'll get to know which teams have easier fixtures because we could have Barcelona against PSG, we could have Liverpool against PSG. Who is the best captain today? One of the Bayern Munich players. Kane, Olise, Musiala, one of them. Although, again, it depends. If you want a differential, then you can go for people like. No, I don't think AC Milan will score that many goals. I'm just going to say the Bayern Munich players. They're playing Celtic at home, and they're only 2-1 up, so they need goals. Olise or Foden, Olise. Glenn, aren't you taking a hit and change? Nope. I don't take hits at all. I'm happy to play with 14 players. The rest of the team is still good, so I don't think the worst thing is to take a hit and then the defender I bring in gets only 1 point. That will be basically like taking a -3. Are you going to share any changes? What do you mean by that? Like transfers or what? Let me know what you mean by that, John. Do you mean like my transfers or what? Can't take risks on defenders rather punt on attackers. Yeah, if it is an attacker, maybe I'd consider it checker. But defenders, no, I'm not going to take hits. I don't take hits. I'm probably the worst person to ask about hits because I don't take hits at all, especially in Champions League fantasy. Never. For the last 6 years, I don't take. Even if I'm in a tough position, I rather play with the 12 players. Unless you find yourself in a situation where you don't have players like Salah and Vinicius and they have Slovan Bratislava at home, then you can take the hit. But in a week where I think many of the teams are going to score, I don't think it's worth it. Because if I bring in, let's say, Upamecano for Hein, and then he picks up 5 points, I'm only gaining 1 point there, really. And then I might end up just benching Upamecano anyway, if he doesn't deliver. What are your transfers? They're scrolling down the bottom foot. Gyökeres out, Vinicius in, Akiluche out, Olise in. Yeah, those are the 2 transfers, John, if you're asking the same question. I've already taken out Akiluche from Monaco for Olise, and I've taken out Gyökeres for Vinicius. So the 2 transfers done. The book is making Milan look so good. Leao is tempting. I think they're going to win 2-1. That will mean extra time. So let's see. I don't think it's easy though. I would. Which one is tougher there to play against? AC Milan or Feyenoord? I'd prefer playing against Feyenoord. One of them will play against Inter Milan. One of them will play against Arsenal. I'd rather face. I don't mind any of those teams actually. The other fixture is the one that is slightly tough. Sold. Again, is it Hein or Hen or Hen? Sold Hen to Zappa, left with 0.3 million in the bank, and now have exact money to get Upamecano in for Guerrero. I'll do it, Ryan. If you have not for a hit, so if you have one extra transfer, I think you do, then do it. Upamecano for Guerrero. Yeah, I like that because Guerrero I don't think is going to start. So, and Upamecano is a ball recovery machine, so I'll do it. It's fate, Ryan. If you have exact money, that is fate. That is the football gods telling you, Ryan, what are you waiting for? Take out Guerrero, bring Upamecano in. There is your next sub, Ryan. There is your guy. Full picture on screen for you. He's waiting for you to transfer him in. But I don't have any Bayern Munich defenders, so I'm still hoping Upamecano scores an on goal, Ryan. Sorry. Will Zappacosta play? Yep. Captaining Musiala vacant day. Interesting. I tried that some time back. Was it like match day 7? No, it didn't work. I'm not going to be doing that again. Musiala has let me down twice this season against easy opponents as well. But for the first day, no problem trying to just captain someone random. But for me, I think it has to be the Bayern Munich players. They have Celtic at home. That's a very good fixture. So 3-1, 4-1, that's what I'm expecting. Maybe even a clean sheet for the guys who have Kim or obviously, or Upamecano. I miss Alphonso Davies. Alphonso Davies used to be such a good asset going forward. Selected by 10%. Kimmich 13%. Kimmich is on corners and all that. But I don't think many people ever pick Kimmich because there's so many other players to pick from Bayern. Kane, Olise, Musiala, Sane, Upamecano, Kim, Neuer. I don't think many people usually go for Kimmich. Baron, how are you? Pavlidis, Kane, Vinicius. Upamecano, Kimi, Otamendi, Schlotterbeck, Vardiol, Donnarumma, Trubin. So your subs already made? I don't like Vardiol for this week, unless if your transfers already made, then you just keep it. But if you have transfers, I'd probably take out Vardiol. I can see where Madrid scoring at least 3 goals and Vardiol getting a yellow card. What are your thoughts on the Man City match? I think Real Madrid are going to win 3-2. I think it's going to still be another cracker, another 3-2, but this time to Real Madrid. Although I watched Real Madrid the other day again against Osasuna, I know Bellingham had a red card, but not too many promise. But Real Madrid are a different team in the Champions League. I think they just wake up when it gets to February. Last week I switched from Kimmich to Musiala last minute. And Kimmich got an assist, right? Baran Dembele captain. Tomorrow, yes, maybe. Who should I sell between Muani and Foden? Who do you want to bring in? That depends on which transfers are you. I have to know who you're trying to bring in. If you're trying to bring in Vinicius, I'd tell you Muani. If you're trying to bring in Olise and you already have Vinicius, then I'd tell you Foden. Antonio says Kane, Olise, Musiala, who is the better captain? I would not go for Musiala. Actually, I would say not going for Musiala. I think all of them will return something. The best pick is probably Kane, but because also Kane has only scored 1 goal for me the last 2 weeks, I'm just going to go for Olise. Fadil can stay on the bench. If that's the case, then you can just leave him there. If you don't have any transfers, just leave him there. If you have extra transfers, then I'll look to bring in someone. I'm cutting Pulisic for no reason. Let's see how it goes. It's day 1, so why not go for a bit crazy? Hopefully it works for you, Chick. Hopefully it works for you. I just have this feeling because he was an injury doubt, subbed at halftime. Chica gets his 1 point there. I like Baron's team. I feel like having a team. What's Baron's team? Pavlidis, Kane, Vinicius, Musiala, Bellingham, Dembele, Olise, Bacola. Not bad. I'm not sure about the double up on Benfica, though, with Otamendi and Trubin. I think Monaco could get a goal. But the rest of the team, yeah. Is Akanji right? No, Akanji's injured. I'm sure Akanji is injured for Man City. I think I saw he's going to be out for several weeks. So I don't know exactly how long. Let me check. Akanji injury. Oh, he underwent surgery. He underwent surgery, Johnny. He's going to be out for months. Pavlidis, oh my God, so on fire. Akanji's out. He had surgery. Yeah, that shows you. I knew he was injured, but I didn't know how long he's going to be out for. The other seasons that we've been competing with Man City, I would be checking the Man City team news every time. But this time, since you're competing with Liverpool, I don't really even. I've not followed what Man City have been up to. And what about Grealish, Ryan? Is Grealish okay? I still think Man City are going to finish in the top. I think Man City will finish 3rd in the league still. And I think probably a FA Cup, they will get to the final and maybe win it. I don't think it's going to be like a complete disaster of a season. I still think Man City will finish 3rd and probably win the FA Cup. Kuzanov is the new Kaiser. Which Kaiser are you talking about? Are you talking about Kaiser from WWE? Oh no, Kaiser the defender. Grealish, Ake, all trained. So Ake training is a benefit for you guys. I want to bring either Retegui in for Mwani or Bellingham for Foden. Do you already have Vinicius? If you already have Vinicius, then I would bring in Retegui, man. They have Club Rouge at home. I'd go for Retegui for Mwani. But if you don't have Dida, if you don't have Vinicius, I'd definitely bring Bellingham. Based on so much pressure, I would switch captain to Kane. Kane, Kane has given me 5 points and 6 pointers twice the last 3 weeks. That's what I'm scared of. Let me see how many minutes Olise has been playing. 65 minutes, 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 90 minutes. I'm just going to stick with Olise. I've never gone for Olise. Let me just try. Because there's so many other captain picks for tomorrow. I know he's on pens. I usually go for Kane, and that is usually my main reason. Like, Kane is on pens. I have to go for Kane. But since Olise is a midfielder and is getting more points for a clean sheet and for a goal and all that, Olise hat-trick today, I would love it. I would love it. And I think I deserve, as Cristiano would say. Kaiser means the emperor in German. I know the wrestler Kaiser, so that's actually what it means, emperor. I thought it meant like king, basically, right? If you were to ask me, I would have said king would have popped up in my head. Chica will have to teach me German one of these days. Ten minutes left. As Ajana says. I think some matches will be disappointing. So if you're just joining, my predictions are this: Milan to win 2-1, Feyenoord to go through on penalties, Atalanta to win 3-1, 4-3 on aggregate, Bayern Munich to win 3-1, 5-2 on aggregate, Benfica to win 2-1, 3-1 on aggregate, Dortmund 2-2 draw, Dortmund will go through easily there, PSG to win 3-1, 6-1 on aggregate, and then Real Madrid to win 3-2, 6-4 on aggregate, PSV 1, Juventus 1, 3-2 on aggregate to Juventus. I still think there's a couple of games that are going to have a lot of goals, like Bayern and Real Madrid. Those ones are going to have a lot of goals, but maybe others might end up being boring depending on how Dortmund approach that game. Maybe it could end up in a 1-0, 1-1 something. Maybe PSV Juventus is the one that could easily not have that many goals. It is harder now, so much pressure. Yeah, second leg definitely. All City players are fit except Bob and Akanji. Yeah, you guys have missed Bob a lot this season. He scored that goal that Bob scored against Newcastle last season, the last minute one, that was painful. I think the Dutch matches will be some to be scared of. We've played PSV in the Champions League last season, in the Europa League the previous season. By that time, they had players like Gakpo. I don't know. PSV do have attackers like De Jong and those guys. Now, I think I would rather face Feyenoord than play Juventus, to be honest. They still a bit of, as they say, Champions League, aura. Teams like Juventus still have it more than us. I think City 3, Madrid 2. So that will mean extra time. That will be interesting. Man City, though, they don't have a good defense. And Rudiger is back for Madrid. I prefer Musiala doing a hat-trick, says Johnny. Listen, if the ideal thing would be Olise to outscore the others, but if Olise gets 3 goals and then Musiala and Ken each get 2, I'm happy with that. Hope Pep starts Nico Gonzalez tomorrow. That's the new midfielder from Porto. He got injured, I think, against Leighton Orient. I've not seen him play fully for Man City yet. I might have seen him for FC Porto when we played them last season. I don't remember though. I think 3-2 Man City too. Interesting. If they overturn that, then Man City will feel very confident going to the rest of the season. Listen, I need Man City to beat. I need Man City to beat Liverpool this weekend, Rehan. That is what I need to happen. So if this game gives Man City confidence, then go for it. But I think if Man City go through in the Champions League, they might not take the league seriously. Maybe if they go out to the Champions League, they'll take that League and FA Cup seriously trying to get into the top 4. So I don't know which one it's going to be. But they really do need Man City to beat Liverpool this weekend. My favorite bald is going to beat them. As a City fan, I'm not confident. For the Madrid game, obviously, it can never be in Madrid and Liverpool back to back. That is tough. He started against Newcastle. Why didn't I see him that well? I was just focused on Mamouche scoring a hat trick. I think when he got to like 3-0, because I was watching the Man City Newcastle game. Maybe I didn't focus on him that much. I was just flabbergasted by how good Mamouche was in that game. Foden out for who? Says Ezra. Depends who you have. I'd say Olise, Dembele, any of those guys. Bellingham if you don't have them. But we seriously need, if Liverpool come to your place, Ryan, and they beat you, then I'll probably give up at that point. If they come to the Etihad and beat you as well, I know there's a lot of teams that have done that, like United and Tottenham. But if Liverpool have not been playing that well recently, but if they come to that game and they beat you, then it's going to be very sad. Nico would score a trick at Bernabeu. Let me say it correctly. I have Dembele, Musiala, Bakola, and Foden. Dembele, Musiala, Bakola, Foden. I'd go for Olise, to be honest. Not for a hit though. If it's just normal transfers. Olise at home to Celtic, I just like that fixture so much. Coach is another one from Benfica. No one has mentioned today at home to Monaco. If Pep starts with KDB, Kovacic, Rico, they have nothing to do. Rico's not been great at all. If that is the midfield, they'll lose. If that is the midfield, they'll definitely lose. It has to be KDB has to start. He didn't start the other day. Rico Lewis, no. Rico Lewis cannot start in that midfield. He's going to be overrun. He's the one who made the mistake. Him and Kovacic made the mistake for the third goal the other day. Imagine Man City winning and Haaland taking revenge celebration in front of Jude. That would be iconic. We are the only ones who do that, though. Absolutely unrelated yet satisfying scene for a Dortmund fan. Dortmund fans also hate Man City. No, I hate Madrid. I know Liverpool fans hate Real Madrid. Dortmund too interesting. For me, I don't hate Real Madrid. I've never really come across them at any time. Actually, the team that we hate most is Barcelona because they beat us in the Champions League final and many other semi-finals and quarterfinals. We are own enemies. The balls in the last 10 minutes has cost us at home. You have done that a lot. The final game, the Brentford away game, the Man United game, Diallo scoring in the last minute. It's been so many times we've conceded last-minute goals. Madrid recently. Julian says replace Hein for who? Again, depends who you have. I'd say Zappacosta or Gatti from Juventus. Or Kim as well. Kim or Upamecano. From those two, I'd say because Upamecano picks up so many ball recoveries, although Kim is more highly owned. That is a tough one. I'd say Kim 55%, Upamecano 45%. 3 minutes left, says Ajana. Kim is playing. Yep, according to the predicted lineup, he is both of them. Do you think Hernandez to Zappacosta is worth it? Theo Hernandez? No, I would keep Theo Hernandez here. Best punt differential mid. Kochu from Benfica against Monaco. I am scared. I'm never scared. As a Barcelona fan, I hope so, says Johnny. I think Barcelona could. I don't know. PSG will face either Barcelona or Liverpool. That will be interesting. I think we could see Barcelona and Liverpool both get into at least the quarterfinal. I watched your game yesterday, Johnny, against. I know you won 1-0. Why am I forgetting? I know Lewandowski scored a penalty. Rayo Vallecano, yeah, that was the game. Not necessarily we hate Real as Dortmund fans, but both Haaland and Jude are ex-Dortmund players. Yeah. They knocked you out last time, though, I remember. But there's a time you beat them by 4 goals or something when Lewandowski scored 4 goals. My captain is Pavlidis versus Monaco. What are your thoughts? Differential, I'm scared there. I'm a bit scared. I think it has to be a Bayern Munich player. If you're going for a differential, just hope it works for you. Finals, scoring 3 today. Hopefully, we're going to face one of those teams in the next round, so I'd prefer final. I watched the game, went for Kochu, so is Ezra. Pavlidis is goated. I think he will score. We didn't play as good as other matches. Yeah, I thought it was going to be like 3 goals or something, but it wasn't the case. So the deadline is hitting right now. That is my final team: Kane, Retegui, Vinicius, Musiala, Bellingham, Dembele, Olise, Bacola, Zapacosta, Hernandez, Schlotterbeck, Hakimi, Manyan, and Courtois. Hein is injured. I'm going to play with 14 players. Somehow, all 14 of my players are going to play at home. I did not plan for that at all. I'm going to captain Olise. If it doesn't work, it's going to be either Dembele or Vinicius tomorrow. I will comment on this particular video tomorrow to tell you guys who I'm captaining, but hopefully today goes well. Enjoy the games, guys. Pavlidis is the man. Who will win the CL? That's not a tough question. I think this season there's, especially if Madrid or Man City one of them go out, it could be anyone. It could be, you never know it, Liverpool, you never know it, Barcelona, even Inter Milan don't concede any goals. But you know the team that I hope is going to win the Champions League, Bayern, right? You know the team I'm hoping will win the Champions League. That's it, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. The next Champions League is I'll have a reaction for this match day, and then the draw will be on Friday, and then we'll have the first draft after they sort out the fixtures, maybe Friday or Saturday, and then we will start looking at the next round, which is the round of 16. Of course, Baron, Juventus will win it with the luck. Man, it is going that will be tough because they have to get through a lot of teams: Inter Milan, Barcelona, or Liverpool, one of those guys. But guys, see you next time. I appreciate you. Good luck. Cheers to you too. Check and enjoy the Champions League games.